Another beautiful day here in sunny Florida, to no surprise. Today, we're changing up the scenery just a little bit. We are in the beautiful suburb of Riverview, Florida, checking out Spencer Glen by Pulte Homes. What is going on, YouTube? If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Today, we have some mid-level priced homes starting in the mid 400,000s from one of the most reputable builders that we've definitely showcased on the channel in the past. So there's 4 models here today. However, we're only going to go through 3 of them. The Williston on the end here, we've showcased a couple times this year already. One of them was just recent, only a couple weeks ago. So we're going to skip that one, but they do have the Heston right here behind me, which is their most affordable floor plan here in this community that has not had a chance to make it onto the channel yet. Pulte Homes is doing what they're calling a parade of savings here in this community, which means they're offering below market interest rates as low as 4.99% and flex cash incentives for you to use towards your down payment or closing costs. Because the inventory in Florida is so high right now, you have several of these builders offering all kinds of incentives in order to get these homes sold. So this could be your opportunity to own a beautiful brand new home for a much lower price or significantly less cash out of pocket. Now, before we jump into these models, I do want to preface the video by saying I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida. So if you have real estate goals, questions, or dreams of moving to Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, I would be honored to earn your real estate business and help you out. So I'm going to drop my contact information on screen in case you want to get in touch. But without further ado, let's jump into the models. Okay, y'all, so we're inside the Heston, and this is, I believe, the smallest of all the floor plans, and it definitely shows. So we're gonna flip the camera and have a POV tour right now. All right, so you step into your foyer, and immediately to the right, you have your guest bedrooms and bathroom. And then heading back into the foyer to your left, you have another guest bedroom with a decent sized closet there and a laundry room. Now, one thing I thought was lacking in this floor plan is that there's no space for an office. The square footage simply just doesn't support it, but they do have gas stoves. So this is a gas community, a huge feature that I love to see in new construction. And then you have your great room, and off to the back of the home, off the living room, is your primary suite and primary ensuite bathroom with glass stand-up shower. Now, the last thing I'll point out before we head out of here is your screened-in lanai off the back of the dining room. Now, it is a bit small, but they do screen it in for you, so that's something you won't have to worry about doing on your own. Now, we're going to jump over to our next model, and these last 2 are grand floor plans, so they're much bigger than this one, and they're both 2-story as well. So let's head on over, check it out. All right, whew. I'm gonna save myself a trip up and down those stairs. We're gonna start upstairs in this model. Let's flip and rip. Okay, so as you come up the stairs, you have this beautiful loft. You have 2 desks for a working space, your lounge area, and this catwalk overlooks your foyer. And then at the end, you have two more guest bedrooms. And this one has a decent sized walk-in closet. How about that? Let's turn on a light. This thing's huge for a guest bedroom. Pretty cool. And then across your shared guest bathroom and second guest bedroom. Now heading downstairs, we're going to start back at the front of the home. And as you come down the foyer, you have this grand office space that they've decorated so well. And then at the front of the home, and opposed to two bedrooms like the last model, you just have one guest bedroom with a guest bathroom next to it. Now, if you go to the left on the other side of the foyer, you have another moderately sized laundry room. And then back out is your great room. Huge kitchen, decent sized living space, and your dining room on the far side. Now, your primary suite is at the back of the home, just like the last model, and your primary suite, ensuite attached. Now, this closet is significantly bigger than the last one. And you know, closet space is one of those things that a lot of you buyers are demanding, especially in new construction. But the shower, these tiles are absolutely sleek. And the main feature I wanted to point out is this lanai, where you have so much space. You have dining table for entertainment. You have your grill, even a sink, mini fridge, and then so much space. This is going to bend the corner for more entertainment space. You see they have a huge TV and then some nice green space, shared green space for you and the community. Okay, so this has definitely been my favorite model so far, but this last one is the biggest. You know, oftentimes the biggest is the baddest. So let's jump on over and do one more walkthrough and then compare all three. All right, I think it's safe to say the biggest was the baddest one. But we're gonna go ahead and flip and have a walkthrough through this model so you can capture everything it truly has to offer. All right, so the entrance into your grand foyer, again, the catwalk is going to overlook. And then immediately to the right, just like the last one, you have one guest bedroom with a guest bathroom. And then again, after this first segment, you have a beautifully decorated office, a family dining room, and then you enter your great room with a secondary smaller dining room off to the back there. Now, before we venture that way, I'm going to come over to the right of the living room here, and this is where your primary suite is located. You have your ensuite bathroom, dual vanity sinks, walk-in closet to the back, and then again, the tile they went with in this model is even nicer than the last one. Huge stand-up shower, dual shower heads for the most relaxing shower. Now coming back out to the living room, we're gonna go across here, and you see in the kitchen they have the dark finishes, which is not very common, but a lot of these builders are starting to change their style a bit. And one thing I had to point out is this huge double French door pantry, a chef's dream, like a true chef's kiss right there. Now off the kitchen to the what would be the front of the home, you have this entry here. If you were to come into the garage, and this is also where your laundry room is going to be located, and you have another guest bedroom on this side with its own ensuite bathroom, perfect for your mother-in-law suite segmented from the rest of the home and extra privacy. Now, the all-star here that I have to point out before we head upstairs is going to be the pool. Now, the builder does install these for you, but that is why the price point goes up significantly for this model. And one thing that I love that they did is they've added an extra bathroom out here. You know, it's almost like a pool room just for you to shower off before you head back into the main house. So now we're heading back through towards the front, but we're gonna make a break and we're gonna head up these stairs into what is an even nicer loft area than what we've seen before. And this catwalk, as mentioned earlier, is gonna overlook the foyer, but they've also added a huge storage room in here. Now, because the home's so big, they have two air handlers, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, and they've placed them in here for easy access, but you could also put a ton of stuff in here for storage as well. And then just off the back of the loft here, we have a media room, which is a great touch, but it's also a closet, so could be considered a bedroom as well. And then finally, coming back across the loft, we have two more guest bedrooms and guest bathroom. Love the color scheme in here. And one more, voila, with a decent sized walk-in closet. All right, y'all, so that is it for our tours today. Now, before I head out of here, I do, of course, want to go over a little bit about the area we're in and then the costs associated with this community. Okay, so just down the street here, the entrance is this way. If you go straight down that way, you have their amenity center that they're building. It's set to be finished towards the end of August. Now, that's going to have a resort-style pool, a dog park, children's playground, miles of walking trails, fitness center, clubhouse, and pickleball courts. Now, of course, it's not finished yet, so I'm not going to go be able to get any content of it, but you can kind of imagine all the things that Pulte Homes is offering here in Spencer Glen. Now, all of this is encompassed in an HOA fee of just $51 per month, extremely competitive from some of the other communities in the area. Now, depending on your home site, the size of your lot, they do have a CDD fee here in Spencer Glen, and it's going to range anywhere from $2,100 to $2,800 per year. All right, so when we're talking about Riverview, we're going to be just south of Brandon. And if you've watched my videos before, then you know Brandon is one of the most immediate suburbs to Tampa, directly to the east. Now, Riverview is significantly more affordable than both Brandon and Tampa, and I think it's simply because of its proximity. But with all the new construction and development going on in this area, it is becoming severely congested. And of all my clients that have either moved out here either to rent or buy, they all have said the traffic is horrid coming to and from work if you're working that standard 9 to 5. Now, outside of affordability, one of the plus sides of being here in Riverview is going to be your proximity to Brandon. Brandon is constantly developing. They have all your commercial needs in terms of grocery stores and other local amenities, as well as the Brandon Mall. So shopping districts, things of that nature, restaurants are popping up all the time in this area. Now, being in such close proximity to this highway, you're going to be able to shoot north or south in case you wanted to go to any of those other major beach cities, but you're also right near I-4. So if you wanted to head east towards Orlando, Riverview could be a great place for you to settle as well. Now, you guys know I don't like to keep you hanging around for too long, but if you've made it this far in the video, I truly do appreciate it. I am going to wrap it up here though. Now, before I head out, I do want to say again that I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida. So if you have real estate goals, questions, or dreams of moving to Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, I would be honored to earn your real estate business and help you make your transition here as smooth as possible. So I'm going to drop my contact information on screen one more time in case you want to get in touch. I'm also going to link my free new construction guide in the bio, in the description of this video, So if you find that guide helpful, please reach out to me and let me know that you found it useful. But before I go, I just want to ask, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.